welcome back everybody to the Armageddon Dota 2 Grand Slam of Asia. We are live here at the Marina Bay Sands Convention Center in Singapore. I am Gods from beyond the summit, casting all the live action here over the 4 days. We've seen two fantastic days to start things off. We're here deep into day 3, and well, we're down. We've cut our teams down from 12 to 5. Well, actually, no, 12 to 4. We're down to 4 teams all of a sudden, and after this match, we're going to be down to 3. We've got ABC, who've won the winner bracket. They're awaiting in the grand finals. Awake, who are going to be in the loser bracket finals. They're versing the winner of this match. We've got Pacific Esports 2 up against First Departure of Singapore. So we've got the Philippines team up against the only Singaporean remaining team. And then we've got ABC as well, Awake. So 4 countries, 4 different teams being left in this tournament here in Singapore. And guys, it's been a fantastic couple of days so far. We've seen some amazing matches, especially that one earlier on today where Hirosh had an absolute nail-biter up against Pacific Esports. So really excited to see Pacific once again in action. They had a crazy epic match last time, and we're going to have to see whether or not they have what it takes to take down not just one Singaporean team here, but 2 on their own home soil. They've managed to defeat Hirosh. Can they defeat First Departure as well? We're going to find out soon, guys. We're going to get ourselves into this draft as Keeper of the Light and Mag have been banned up by Pacific. Over on the Radiant side, we see First Departure. They ban out the Bat Rider as well as the Nyx Assassin. And then we get ourselves into our pick. First pick, Lone Druid. Out of nowhere. We haven't even seen Pacific play this hero all that much in this tournament, but they're going to chance it, and they're going to chance it as a first pick. And considering, well, Lifesteal was in the pool, as was Darkseer, there's a lot of things left that they just said, no, we don't want it. We want Lone Druid. I'm not sure whether or not they have a strategy in mind or some idea that they want to run, but they're going to just go right off the bat to the Lone Druid. Miracle, the captain for First Departure, he picks himself up as Shadow Demon and Lifestealer. Lifestealer has seen a lot of play in this tournament. The only hero I'd say has seen more play has been the Mag. Although I think maybe if we looked at stats, Shadow Demon has probably been picked in every single freaking game. This hero, as well as Rubik, but Shadow Demon more so, is just, like, it seems hands down, this is the most picked, reliable support hero right now. Rubik and Enigma are going to be the 2 picks from the Pacific side. Tinker. And with that, they get themselves some strong team fight. Oh, it's not Singaporean Dota without a Tinker. They love their Tinker. Hirosh tried it as well. Unfortunately, it didn't work out for them too well. And for Pacific, well, they've just beat a Tinker, so they're probably thinking, okay, you go Tinker. Well, we've dealt with one already. Let's see if we can deal with one again here. We'll probably be seeing that Tinker head towards that middle lane, and it'll be a matter of time until we see what these last couple picks are coming out from both teams. But Enigma, Rubik, and Lone Druid, the first 3 for the Pinoys. The Singaporeans get themselves a Lifestealer, Shadow Demon, and Tinker with their first 3 picks. So next stage of bans coming out here. We're looking at the making of a strong trial in with this Shadow Demon Lifestealer. They just need one more there. Looking at something like a Lina, a Leshrac, maybe just something a bit safer, like a Disruptor. Seen a bit of Disruptor play in this competition. And then we have, well, the solo Tinker. You need another side lane solo, basically, if you're this First Departure team. And with the amount they love to split push, well, maybe we're looking at the Nature's Prophet. We're not looking at a Darkseer, because that's going to get banned out. Darkseer has got last pick in the last game. We had ABC with a last pick Darkseer. It made it all the way through the pool, right to the very end. Although we're not going to be seeing that here this time around. Pacific Esports, well, what do they look to do here? Undying gets banned out for them. They've got themselves, well, a possible solo with the Lone Druid. Enigma can either be playing a solo as well in the side lane, or it can go into the jungle. Then you've got the Rubik as a support. So we're seeing those secondary supports mostly being banned out, and I guess First Departure just not worried about the available carries. Lone Druid already picked up, so they're thinking, well, whatever trial lane they may get, it's not going to be another hard carry, so we don't need to ban out heroes like the Anti-Mage, the Faceless Void. Lone Druid is going to be playing that main farming carry role. Leshrac and Undying both out, and Clinks and Bounty Hunter are the last 2 bans from Pacific. They banned the offlaner, well, they banned the side lane solos. Offlaner and the Bounty Hunter. Clinks we saw Hirosh do in the offlane, but generally played as a safe lane solo. And where does that leave us for First Departure? They're going to have their 4th and 5th picks coming up soon. There are the strong support duos for the Shadow Demon. You can get your Lina, you can get your Leshrac. For Pacific, well, they've got the 4th pick first. Puck gets banned out, so we're not going to be seeing Puck played as a solo. Pacific have a couple different ways to play this, because Enigma very versatile in the fact he can go into the jungle, he can also go into the side lane. Even some teams play him as a solo mid. Lone Druid, similar thing. You can send him to the off lane, you can put him in the safe lane, or you can run him as a solo mid. Rubik, I mean, you could justify putting him mid, but generally speaking, he's played as a support hero. So Pacific, I mean, it's really, really neat that they've got this lineup where they can do so many different things with these last couple of picks. One more pick coming their way in just a second. Now down to 40 seconds of reserve time, really thinking this one through. And this is going to be the key pick for them. This is where they set the tempo, and they're going to do so with a Naga Siren. We're seeing it again. It's the Naga Siren coming out of Pacific. It was great last time. Let's see how it goes again. Last time it was Nico playing the Naga Siren. Maybe we see Mr. Swish playing that Lone Druid. And well, first departure, one of those teams who do like trying to Chen. We'll see them grab that as their other support hero. So all that's missing for them is one more solo. They've got their Trilane with the Shadow Demon, Lifestealer, and Chen. I say Trilane, but last time they picked up a Shadow Demon and Chen, they had an Anti-Mage as well who got abandoned in his safe lane. They're like, Anti-Mage, you go versus the Trilane. We're going to send Shadow Demon and Chen to protect the Windrunner. That was the match where First Departure lost to ABC in the winner bracket. It was a very unorthodox draft and style of play coming out from the First Departure team, but we'll see how they look to do it this time. I imagine they're going to be looking to basically support the Lifesteal. That's going to be the key thing here. Get him his farm. As we now get ourselves into reserve time with the last pick coming up from the Pacific Esports 2 team. The captain, Mr. Swish, thinking things through, thinking through the possible options. If we're not getting another support here, it means Enigma is going into the jungle. So if Enigma goes in the jungle, then, well, you need another solo. If Enigma's going to be in the lane, then you need other support. So this last pick will reveal a lot about these lanes. And it's going to be an Enigma jungle. They get themselves a Queen of Pain, so there's your solo mid. You have the your farmer in the Naga Siren. Lone Druid going to be most likely be played in the off lane. It's going to be a tough lane for him to be going up against a strong tri-lane with the Shadow Demon, Chen, and Lifestealer. Even using that Spirit Bait to pull creep waves to his tower isn't going to be a complete solution. He's still got to worry about Chen, Shadow Demon maybe smoking behind his tower, ganking him, and then transitioning into a push. It's the power of the Shadow Demon Chen. You get a gank off, and then you can follow up with a nice little push.
5 seconds remaining.
One more pick, though. What's it going to be? They're a team who's known to pull out some surprise picks. Heroes like Doom. They used to pick up Doom all the time. Would love to see a Doombringer pick right here. First Departure picked that hero more than any other team I've seen in competitive play, and it'd be hard to fit in because they want Tinker and Doom would both want the mid lane, but maybe we see Tinker go sort of into the Ancients or into the jungle. Even an offensive tri-lane, then we can see Doom or Tinker played in the safe lane, so they could fit it in. But if they want to go something standard for Nature's Prophet, oh, it's not standard. It's a Storm Spirit pickup, and there's your little Lifestealer bombs. Infest into the Storm Spirit, fly around and kill people. Tinker TP in, fly around and kill people as well. And then you've got the Chen who can send, basically Storm Spirit throws everything there to kill. Chen sends him back to base and he heals up all his HP and mana. Great synergy between these First Departure heroes. Pacific Esports going to have to make sure they basically punish these weak lanes, because the laning stage for First Departure is going to be where they struggle. We'll see Miracle actually handling the Storm Spirit. He's not playing one of the carries, and that means, well, Lifestealer, is this an off-lane Lifestealer? All kinds of things come to mind as possibilities here, but we're going to introduce our two teams. We'll see what our lanes may be in just a second here, but over on the Radiant side, the home team, it is the Singaporean First Departure. We've got Pelosins playing the Tinker, Storm Spirits in the hands of the Captain Miracle, Dofo playing the Chen, Lifestealer being played by Hannah, and then finally, it's Lubby, the support player, playing that Shadow Demon. Over on the Dire side, no longer sporting their swag. Where's that little in-base logo? Not there anymore, but it's the Pacific team. Oh, I say that, it reappears. It's the Pacific Live and Wide Dota 2 team. We've got Nico playing the Naga Siren, KRR playing the Rubik, Enigma being played by Niakas. Over in the mid lane, we've got Mr. Swish playing his Queen of Pain. I say his Queen of Pain because he has played this hero so damn well. His play against Hirosh was so decisive in their victory, and earlier on in their match against their other Filipino team, Gangster, his Queen of Pain was the deciding factor in winning that. So he's had 2 big games already on this hero. Can he make it a third? Can he knock out the other Singaporean team? As of the last hero for the Pacific Esports side, it's Lennon Damon over on that Lone Druid. We'll have to see how our lanes shape out in just a second. Both teams trying to get whatever scouting information they can early on. Drop some early wards, whether it's to block creep pulls, get some lane wards, just get Rune Vision in the river. How does the Radiant team look to lane this year? Miracle, I mean, he's known for basically playing the safe lane carry generally. But when you've got a life steal as well as a Tinker, how do you look to lane it? We'll find out in just a second. Shadow Demon reveals himself at top lane, going for a D-Ward. Ooh. Needs to be careful. Rubik will lift you up there if you give him the chance. Uh-oh. Oh, he didn't make it. He didn't make the gap. He couldn't make it. Now the D-Ward comes in. Just gets that off. That was very close. He almost killed the Sentry Ward in time. Now Shadow Demon going to D-Ward that Sentry. I thought he had it. I thought he had Shadow Demon onto the high ground. Unfortunately for him, wasn't the case. And now we see how our lane shape up. It's Lifestealer in the off lane, up against the Naga Siren. The Pacific supports are going to be up top, and Nigma just going to be looking to do what, well, basically Ling did last game. Farm a ridiculous amount, get that huge levels, and farm on his Enigma. Maybe look to rush a mech, but Ling last game on his Enigma was at one point the highest farmed hero in the game. Bottom lane, Storm up against Lone Druid. They're actually battling it out of bottom lane, trading blows a bit here. Lone Druid loses his bear. Oh, trouble. Trouble. Doesn't have his bear up. How's he going to look to get out of this one? He's going to TP out. Sword for it, salving and tangoing. Lone Druid back to his base. Had to TP for that one. In a 1v1 matchup in this off lane, that is a really bad start for him. Aggressive play coming out of the Storm Spirit, and it's effective aggressive play. He's easily out farming this Lone Druid. Lone Druid not managing to get any farm whatsoever. Have to see how Lifesteal does at top lane. He's a hero who doesn't have to get a lot of farm, but without it, he's very limited in what he can do. But he can just go for a cheap cost-effective build. He's going to actually look to drop some open wounds on Naga Siren. Here's the follow-up. It's going to be immediately pop some mirror images, trying to get out of this gank. It was a smoked up Chen and Shadow Demon trying to bring down this Naga Siren, but they just don't have the damage to do it. Lifesteal a bit too early with that open wounds. He needed to wait for his team to arrive. Should have even been Shadow Demon leading with a disruption. As Lone Druid denying the invis room from Pelosin. Pelosin wanted that rune on his Tinker, but Spirit Bear grabs it, and now we have Lone Druid back at bottom lane. He needs to farm. This is a 1v1 matchup that Lone Druid should do really well in. He's a much better last hitter with that Spirit Bear. Storm Spirit should be struggling, but Lone Druid at the start would have been playing very, very safe and cautiously. He was expecting a tri lane at bottom most likely, so he probably was sitting at his tower, missed out on some XP, missed out on some farm, and now he's behind the bottom lane. He's under-leveled and being put under a lot of pressure by this Storm Threat. Miracle, one of those fantastic individually skilled players who can just dominate these 1v1 matchups, and that's what we're seeing at the moment at the bottom lane. Mid lane, Mr. Switch up against Tinker, and right now it's Tinker who's on top of the farm. He's gone for the March build. This is not fun to verse. Just chipping away at you. He's got the 1 point in laser you need to get basically just from the miss. If Queen of Pain goes on you, you want to have that laser just to make sure his auto attacks are missing you.
You didn't want that, did you?
Top lane, Lifestealer. Even though he's in this offensive lane, he's meant to get some decent farm up. And now the supports are there. Shadow Demons come in. And if Chen looks to come in for a wraparound gank, we could be looking at our first blood. They're pinging the Rubik. Chen is looking to go in here. Disruption gets popped. It's actually different targets on the Naga Siren. Mirror images get blown, and now we're going to see Naga Siren brought down. Test of Faith from the Chen secures the first blood. The Ursa draws the tower aggro. Maybe even looking at a second kill here if we can get another clap out on the Rubik. Edelon's come in. Clap goes down, and Edelon's disappear. Hits both heroes as well, so some decent damage and harass coming out from that Ursa. First blood to first departure. There's Tinker at mid lane. He's left his bottle. Looks like we'll see some bottle crowing coming out of him. Shadow Demon. Ooh. Wants his Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain does have a blink. He's waiting to get a bit further away. Tinker's trying to cut off the angle. Queen of Pain onto the high ground. Does have his bottle here. Well, no, where's your bottle? Where? Oh, there we go. He drops the bottle on the ground. He's going to go for a bit of bottle crowing. Not just the Pinoy's bottle crowing. The Singaporean Tinker as well. His bottle going to re-arrive at mid lane. He's got boots as well with it. And right back to spamming March, I imagine. Well, maybe not right away. Top lane. Lifestealer farming well. For an offlane hero, he's out farming the Naga. The Dire team just not really farming all that well. 8 CS on Naga. Things really not going too well. Glyph gets used by the Dire team. I'm not sure quite what that was for. Maybe worried about the bottom lane. Storm Druid has forced Lone Druid out of the lane again. The second time this game we've seen Lone Druid get pushed out of this lane. Hasn't died, but he is so far behind. He's level 4, and Storm must be about to hit level 6. Yeah, he's level 6. Arcane Boots will be up soon as well, it looks like. I imagine that's where we're headed for him. He's completely out of mana, though. That's really the only issue here. He can't really stay bottom. He's going to go back all the way back to base and heal, it looks like. Deciding that he can't really do all that much in lane without having that mana. Shadow Demon and Chen, well, they're going to look to pick up another creep here. Try and get a bit more aggressive as they've already been successful with one smoke gank at the top lane. Maybe going to try and find themselves with another smoke, go for another gank. Lifestealer, right now he's been left alone at the top lane. And really the big story for me is this lone druid at bottom. He has struggled for farm. He has struggled to find anything here at bottom lane. 15 creep kills, but he's so underleveled. He's really struggling. And Storm Druid now level 6. Storm Druid can look to just kill this Lone Druid. Lone Druid needs his ulti form if he wants to survive, and there we go. There's your engagement. Zip in, attack. Zip in, attack. Pull, Remnant, dead Lone Druid. Shadow Demon and Chen were there, but I don't even know if they were needed. Storm Druid can get that kill on his own. With the damage from the passive as well as having that pull there. He had the mana he needed, and that pretty much all that damage was entirely from that Storm Spirit. He probably saved himself some mana by having the Shadow Demon come in with some additional damage, but all said and done, this Dire team need to take advantage of this top lane. It's a solo Lifestealer. They see the two supports at bottom. They should be looking to punish this Lifestealer more. Not to mention get their Naga more farm. Right now he's behind the Lifestealer as far as farm goes, and that is really just not where you want to be. Bottom tier 1 tower. Miracle going to be very happy if he can pick this one. If he's not going for the Arcane Boost, it looks like we'll be seeing maybe an Orchid's Rush here. Could just be for some treads, but he has got himself a Robe of the Magi. Generally the two ways to sort of build the Storm Druid, either rush Orchids or rush Bloodstone. I'll have to wait and see what he opts to go for. Lone Druid back bottom now, still level 5 though. Really struggling to get any farm or anything out of that bottom lane. Oh, this is the great synergy I was talking about with this Radiant team. He gets mana, gets a TP scroll, and now the push comes in top lane. And look at this, here we go. Top tier 1 tower taking quite a bit of damage there. We'll see a Glyph Point popped out. TP in the front lines, and there's going to be a Storm Druid zipping in just a second, I imagine. Shadow Demon is on the front lines. Needs a disruption. Can he find anything? Lifestealer going in with the open wounds, but he's forced to back off. He's too low on HP. Storm is showing up, but it looks like he's too late. Now he's going to go zipping forward, trying to find the Enigma. Enigma is not level 6, but luckily this guy is. Naga Siren's hit level 6. Song of the Siren is there, helps keep this top lane alive. Naga Siren illusions down the back line as well. The Radiant team, they thought they had an opening there in the top lane. Turns out Storm Druid couldn't quite find the engagement he was hoping for. Landing Demon's back bottom. Now he's hit that level 6. And with level 6 out, well, he can stay alive a lot easier at this bottom lane. Mr. Swish, we haven't seen much from him yet. Yet to leave this mid lane, which is okay. You want to get those levels. Wants to get level 7, level 8, get a couple more points in the blink as well. It's hard to go around ganking with just the 1 point in that blink. Now as he Storm Druid swing towards mid, he's level 8 himself. He's picked up treads. Extra Robe of the Magi, so we are going to be looking at an Orchid build, it seems. Going for that Silent Stick. As right now things starting to settle. First departure with that 2-kill lead. They've got a bit of a cushion to get aggressive if they want. They've also got a nice sort of farm lead. All 3 of their core heroes with a lot of farm going their way. Lifestealer phase boots are up. We'll have to wait and see if he goes for the Drum of Endurance or something else. Oh, they are going to commit to this. Shadow Demon decides to back off. Quickly decides they can't actually get that kill as Storm Druid gets the next piece of his puzzle for the Orchid. He's going for that silence, but not quite there yet. He's had a great time farming so far. Queen of Pain, the one hero for Pacific who seems to be doing well and needs to get involved soon. Well, I say that Enigma's got a decent amount of farm. And if we look at Enigma getting a mech soon, this team fight for Pacific is going to be pretty scary. With an Enigma and a high level in farm Queen of Pain. Oh, Hannah. Top lane. Ensnare. Doesn't last very long. Just level 1 on that Ensnare. Needed to see Black Hole get used. If they wanted to go Lifesteal there, you got a Black Hole. And it's worth Black Holing for that solo kill. But they decide against it. They are going to get a tier 1 tower out of this. But what are they trading for at bottom? Bit of pressure being applied. They're going to have Lone Druid just trying to keep this tower alive as long as possible. He draws the creep aggro off the tower with his Spirit Bear, so that will help his team out. Meanwhile, top lane. Pacific finding some time on this Naga Siren. He's got a magic wand recipe. See that magic wand being picked up in just a second. Have to wait and see. Last game he went for the Diffusal Blade Rush, so probably see something similar coming out here. Lennon Demond, what's his going to be hit item choice? Are we looking at a Radiance build, or do we go for something a bit more cheap, cost effective? Something like the Gloves of Haste into a Maelstrom, then just go for the Assault Crest after that. Couple different ways to play this here, and if you're behind, going for a Radiance that you get up really, really late isn't going to be the way to play it. But he can catch up. Sure, he's had that bad start, but he can catch up very, very quickly. If he gets some uncontested farm, we could see still Radiance coming out. Pacific, though, right now, they do not want to fight unless they can get Enigma with a perfect black hole. Something which isn't going to be very easy. Maybe they look for some pickoffs here. That's really what they've got to try to do. Queen of Pain still not getting involved. Has a TP scroll, so there is action breaking out in either bottom or top. We will see Queen of Pain looking to TP in and probably go for a bit of a counter game. But so far, not too much coming out of it. Lone Druid doing a good job of keeping this creep equilibrium right by his tower. That's the key thing here. Don't let this lane push out, because then it gets hard to farm in. Unfortunately, he can't help it. He can't help it. It's going to push out, and it's because of this. Storm Spirit using this creep pull. As we see both teams just trying to just farm as much as possible right now. Neither team looking to roam around the map just yet. And, well, Enigma not really the best roamer at this point in the game, especially when he hasn't got the Blink Dagger. And whether or not we're even seeing a Blink Dagger build, we have to wait and see. May look to go for that mech. Even as just a straight BKB could be a decent way to play this. Lifestealer at the top lane, still getting some decent farm here. He is starting to slow down, though. Quickly realizing he can't just stay in this lane against a potential black hole and ensnare. Two things that go through Rage. And it's a smart decision from First Departure. It's why they picked up the Storm Spirit. Lifesteal to the offlane, because if they played Lifesteal as a hard carry, you'd have multiple good counters to the Lifesteal. You have a Black Hole, Ensnare, Entangle. 3 heroes right off the bat who can counter a Lifestealer in Rage form. So playing Lifestealer as their main hard carry would have been hard to play around. So they opt to just play him in that offlane, have the Storm Spirit, have the Tinker. These are going to be sort of the key heroes just to control the mid game. Storm Spirit trying to just bring down this Spirit Bear. We'll see a Rubik come on in. He's not too scared about the Rubik, though. And he's playing very aggressive. Going to go zipping in, looking for Rubik, though. Gets the pull-off. Where's the follow-up damage? I don't know if he's got enough to actually bring down Rubik. Telekinesis, where is it? Not going to come. Chen is there with a test of face. They were smoked up with the Shadow Demon. Queen of Pain now has come to the party, looking for this Storm Spirit. Storm Spirit is just so low in mana. Instant up. Can he zip out of this? There is going to be a Queen of Pain Sonic Wave if needed. Queen of Pain, Blink, Scream. Nope, not even going to need it. Scream not even being used. Song of the Siren catches up the Chen. Tinker on the run. Queen of Pain not going to keep up to him, but he's going to just TP out. Chen going to go down here, I'm pretty sure. There's no escape here. Master of the Machine's going to do some decent damage here. Lone Druid. He's got to play like Frogger right now with the March of the Machines. Weave in and out of the cars. Don't get hit by it. Dota 2 turn Frogger. Lone Druid survives. He passes the first level. Barely there. Those March of the Machines come down very, very low. And Pacific Esports get their first 2 kills of the game. Storm Spirit as well as the Chen. That Storm Spirit kill especially going to be crucial for them. But it took a lot of heroes committing to it. They brought in everyone. Queen of Pain TPing in. Naga Siren with the sleep. I believe Enigma. No Black Hole being used just there. And he's still trying to farm. Haven't seen any of his items being brought out just yet. So either Blink Dagger or Mech should be coming online soon. He's been uncontested in that jungle. Bottom lane, Storm Spirit, he's still farming. He's got his first Oblivion Staff. He's looking at that Orc and Malevolence, the silence. And so far, so good for Miracle. The one death was a minor setback, but his farm is still there. He's got the highest CS in the game. And second highest goes to his teammate, the Lifestealer. Queen of Pain's up there. Well, we're going to see Queen of Pain building a Sheepstick too. Last game was the BKB. This game it's like, hey, we need more Disable. We need the ability to kill this Storm Spirit. Even the Lifestealer. So it's going to be all about the lockdown. Sheepstick, then maybe a BKB, or maybe a Silent Stick as well. Silence will help against Storm and Lifestealer, so having the double disables could be the way to play this. Lennon Demond still trying to pump the bottom lane. No item pickups on him, so most likely we're going to be seeing that Radiance build. Otherwise you start picking up some of those cheaper components for your Maelstrom or whatever else it may be. Phase boots on your bear. But no boots at all in this bear, so this basically says he wants his Radiance. Top lane. Shadow Demon goes off with a purge. They want this Naga Siren. Ensnare is there under the tower. Enigma has arrived. They've got a Black Hole. If they want to use it, they may need it. Malefice is there. Maybe not getting a Chen with the heal. There's a TP coming in. Where's your Black Hole? He's going to do so. Tinker cancels the TP. Smartly so. Shadow Demon, though, disruptions come back up. buys time for Lifesteal to get out, infest into the Shadow Demon. What a cheeky little bit of play there. Lifestealer gets out, and if he black holes earlier, I think he gets that kill. The disruption was on cooldown. He waited so long to black hole. By the time he black hole, the disruption was back up, and as a result, Lifestealer gets out of there. Phase Armlet, both items up on the Lifestealer, so he's got his early to mid game core items. Pacific, they're really wanting this core item, the Radiance, on the Lone Druid, but still a bit of a way to go with his bad start. Chen finishes mech, so the amount of heals coming out from this Radiant team will definitely deter Pacific from looking for a team fight against them. With Queen of Pain just looking for snipes, looking for little pick-offs where possible. So far just being involved in the one kill on that Storm. And Pelosin, Boots of Travel, Soul Ring. He's got all he needs. We'll be looking at either for a Blink Dagger or a Force Staff shortly. Generally, you look at the Blink Dagger as your first item for the Tinker after your Boots of Travel. And then you start heading towards the Sheepstick beside the Vice. TP coming top. They want to get this tier 1 at top. Tinker going to spam heroes off. Get Naga Siren a bit lower with some rocket spam. The Tranquil Boots are there to help heal him up in between this spam, but right now, it's going to be hard to do so. Sending in illusions, looking maybe for a title rip. Just hits the Lifesteal. Lifesteal finds Rubik. Rage, ensnare is there. Just run, Rubik, run! You got to get away from that Lifestealer. Once he gets ensnared up, it buys you time to run. Unfortunately, he thought he was dead anyway. Stormstrip slides into the sleep. Sleep is actually worn off. They bring down the Enigma as well. 2 heroes dead. Rocket's going to go flying in. Chase down the Naga Siren. Gets him down to about 500 HP. And the tier 1 tower should be easy to take down here at the top lane. There's Chen now. He's brought his creep army. Top tier 1 tower. Do they even look for 2 towers? That's really the big thing. Is not just 1 tower. If they really want, they can go for a second. Oh, mid. Ooh. Very, very close. Tinker was TPing in, anticipating a potential pull. If he gets that Vortex, follow up with a Rocket, a Remnant, and that could be a dead Queen of Pain. Queen of Pain pretty tanky with these Strength Threads and Ultimate Orb. A lot of stats there. Plus 21 Strength. Sitting on about 1200 HP, but maybe enough damage with the Tinker. We'll probably take a laser as well, even though it's just a level 2 laser. Now we have the top lane. Just Naga Siren Illusions is all he dares send there. Pacific Esports are playing very, very tentatively. They just don't know where heroes are on the map. Map control is eluding them. And its first departure just playing so aggressive on the other side of the map. They're going to see Shadow Demons port out this Rubik. And Lifestealer should be able to get an easy kill. Enigma blinks in. There's no opportunity for a black hole now. They bring down the Rubik. Tinker's also TP'd in. Can they get the Enigma as well? Blink on cooldown now. Who's going to get brought down? Tinker, Lifestealer, make sure of it. Insane onto the Chen, but Chen's just going to fight his way out of this one. Naga Siren on the run now. He's got no ultimate. Tinker Rocket still going in on him. Illusions can help tank that. Tinker, careful. March the machines. Where's your ensnare? It's back up now. Trying to find out this Tinker. Tinker trying to swerve around. He blinks over. He needs to get this TP out. Just a level 1 rearm. That's a slow TP out. Manages to just do so. And it's Queen of Pain who managed to survive as well on the sidelines there. Oh, he's been found. Miracle found him, but he blinks out just in time. And Miracle, oh man, this is like comedy right here. What are we looking at? I wish I could say more. I don't want the players to know what's going on, but what we do know is Naga Siren, not long for this world. Whoa, needs one more right click. The magic wand used. Oh, it saves Naga Siren. This Lifestealer may be over his head. Infest into a creep. That'll help keep him alive. Black hole not being used. Could have maybe chanced it, but there was no real follow-up damage. Just a Rubik. If Naga Siren could have stayed with the title, maybe get that kill. But with Naga Siren retreating, we weren't going to be seeing another kill go down. And Hannah, look at this gold. He's had a ton of farm, as well as hero kills, getting him up to a good pile of gold here. And all 3 Radiant heroes. They're 3 core heroes with some great item progression right now. Tinker, Storm, as well as the Lifestealer. And Stormstrip with a completed Silent Stick. He's got the Orchid Malevolence. He can start looking for pickoffs on his own. Even if he's not getting pickoffs on his own, just coming to teamfights with this Silence can help deal with the Enigma. Deal with the Queen of Pain especially. Are we even looking at a Sheepstick? We could be looking at a Lincoln Sphere here. Just to basically counter the Orchid. As well as the pull from the Storm Spirit. But if you go for that Lincoln Sphere, then you're playing a very safe defensive Queen of Pain. You don't have the ability to kill off the Storm Spirit or the Life Stealer. You need the lockdown from a Sheepstick. And well, Miracle. He wants to keep on hunting. Lone Druid's finally got his relic up. But even with this relic, he needs the Radiance recipe, and it's coming very, very late. At this point in the game, Lifestealer with his farm, with a Soul Catcher, they can look to just bring down that Spirit Bear. That Spirit Bear's going to be very, very squishy to a Lifestealer, especially if he looks to go for something like a Desolator. Get the Minor Summon from a Desolator, have the Soul Catcher there to amplify any damage done to it, and boy will that Spirit Bear drop fast. The farm just isn't there on the Lone Druid. Radiant's still not up, just the Relic sitting on that Spirit Bear. Top lane, Lifestealer still hoarding all this gold. Hasn't brought out his next item, and well, he's not too worried about it. Naga Siren looking for that Diffusal Blade, still has a bit of a way to go, and right now the entire Dire team, just no one has their core items. Queen of Pain trying to get for Lincoln Sphere, not there. Oh, Miracle. Uses a DD rune, snipes the Spirit Bear. But no core items up in this Dire team. Lincoln Sphere not up yet. Lone Druid, Radiance not quite there. Enigma's got the Blink Dagger, but you really need a BKB right now. And Naga Siren, no Diffusal Blade, so 21 minutes in, and the entire Pacific Esports team doesn't have one major item, which is the Radiant team, complete different story. Storm Druid has his Silence, Tinker's got his Blink Ultimate Orb. He's got Lifestealer with Armlet as well. Now he's picked up a Reaver. He's going well either for probably for a Heart, although we have seen the Satanic build coming out earlier today, but Heart is sort of the more conventional way to play this. Pretty much the entire Radiant team, the three carries have their core items. The Chen has his mech, as well as a gem now. Going to be getting complete map control using this. D-Ward onto the high ground with the Shadow Poison scouting. And just to make sure that was taken out there, that they didn't miss uphill. They D-Ward near the bottom river, and also importantly near the Roshan pit. So maybe we see them go into the Roshan pit soon. Look for a Roshan kill. Pacific, well, they've got to defend all three lanes because Tinker can just fly around the map, TP around the map I should say, and look to bring down as many lanes as possible. Bottom lane, Lone Druid still trying to farm up that Radiance. And first departure, well, yeah. Things are going to get very, very ugly for their opponent soon. There's your Storm Trip fly-in. They found the Enigma. There's a Silence from Storm. Lifestealer was infested inside. 2 kills. Queen of Pain goes down as well. Let's try and make it 3. Naga Siren, well, Song and TP was the only way out of that one. Next time that might not even be possible. Once Tinker has that Sheepstick up, they'll have the lockdown they need to bring down Naga Siren before that sleep gets used. The vision was there. The Dire team know there's a ward somewhere in their jungle because Storm Trip flew in from Fog. Flew right on top of the Enigma, and then they also got the Queen of Pain out of it. And now they march down this middle lane, possibly looking for a tier 2 tower. Storm Spirit. He actually got sent back to base by the Chen. This Chen Storm Spirit combo is just so deadly. Everything about this Radiant team is just really nasty. You have the Lifestealer who can infest in the Storm Spirit, and then you've got the Chen who, when Storm Spirit's out of mana, just sends him back home. And then he TPs back to the fight. And now he's starting to build a Scythe of Ice. He can use up all his mana to get kills and not have to worry about escaping, because Chen is always going to be there to save him. Assuming that Chen, well, I say that, but Chen can always get focused down. But right now, Chen's being very careful with his positioning. And the Dire team just can't find any openings. It's 9 kills to 2 at 23 minutes in, and first departure, complete control over this game. 10k plus gold lead, and similar story with the XP. And now the net worth of these 3 heroes on the Radiant side is just far exceeding the carries of Pacific. Lifestealer, he wants Lennon Demon. He's going to go in. Entangled up, unfortunately, and that's going to prevent him from chasing too much further, unless Storm Druid comes in. Looks like Lone Druid maybe kept alive. He's going to get Demonic Purge. His Spirit Bear trying to deal with Lubby there. There's a Black Hole self-disruption here. Here comes Storm Druid with the Silence. Enigma. Black Hole gets cancelled. He's going to get brought down as well, possibly by this. Oh, Sonic Wave dodge coming out from the Storm Spirit. But it may not be enough to save his life. He's so low. Magic Wand not going to help him. And he gets brought down by the Queen of Pain. But the rest of his team are doing some work here. Chen on the run now. Gets screamed down as well. Gem now on the ground, so a 2-for-2 trade. This is going well, and it's Mr. Swish making sure of it. Tinker still up and running with the Lifestealer, and this is the problem. Lifestealer cannot be killed. Where's the gem? I think it got destroyed. Queen of Pain from the high ground destroyed the gem. What? Shadow Demon kills Naga Siren. Oh my gosh. On the background, Shadow Demon finds the Naga Siren, picks up another kill for the Radiant team. First departure. Well, They lose a key here in the Storm Spirit, but it seems that Miracle has just been... He's playing so aggressive that he's happy to give his life for these team fights. And when you've got Lifestealer acting as a carry at this point in the game, well, things are looking pretty good for the Radiant team.
Dire's middle tower is under attack.
And now the tier 2 tower at mid will take a fall.
Dire's middle tower has fallen.
The rotation top now happens. One outer tower remaining. And it won't be remaining for long if First Departure had their way with it. Rotation top from the Lifestealer as well as the Shadow Demon. Armlet, he's got a Heart Up as well now. Completed Heart of Taras, 25 minutes in, and he gets a tier 2 tower, so even more gold. Almost 3k gold as well in this Lifestealer. He is just ridiculously farmed. And Pacific, well, desperate times calls for desperate measures. They really need to try to find an opening. Queen of Pain looking to start hunting. Oh, they found the Shadow Demon. Oh, Rubik, he's stolen the Ball Lightning. This is, well, it's just a Shadow Demon. End of the day, 5-man smoke and they get just a Shadow Demon. It's still something, but they're not even going to get a tower out. They've already taken the tier 1 top. All they can look to do is retreat now, and I think Radiant team would just be like, well, you just killed our 5 position, our main support hero. That's not really much of a win for them. That's not going to help claw their way back into this. They really need to kill some of these key heroes, either Tinker or Lifestealer. I think ideal scenario, they kill off this Lifestealer. And they can do so. They have the slows that can go through his rage form. They can use the Black Hole and Snare as well if they have to basically prevent his rage TP. Now we see Miracle at the bottom lane, continue to farm. He wants that side of ice. When he gets that, well, this Queen of Pain's life is going to be miserable. He may have a Lincoln Sphere, but there's going to be so much that can just lock him down. You use the pull, the side of ice from the Soldier, the silent stick from the Soldier, and then you've got a side of ice on a Tinker as well. Things now going very, very poorly for the Filipinos. This Queen of Pain, all these heroes are going to have a hard time staying alive in these fights when you've got a Tinker with this kind of a lockdown. Very fast Sheepstick. Everything's coming up very fast at First Departure when they've taken down all these outer towers. Plenty of gold going their way. They only have the high ground to breach down. Maybe they look to get Roshan, get the Aegis on their side before they try and go to the high ground. But for now, their effort has been focused mostly on pushing out these lanes. First Departure, as we well know, as some of us love, as some of us hate, they love to split push. They love this style of play where they avoid team fights. That's why at 28 minutes in, we're only seeing a 12-5 kill score, because First Departure aren't looking for big team fights. They'll take little pickoffs here and there, but for the most part they want to push down towers, farm all over the map, push all over the map. And the heroes they've picked for it are great. Soldier not known for his split pushing ability, but he's known for being hard to kill. If he's just off on his own in the lane, he can't really be easily ganked. Unless you have a Sheep Stick or a Silent Stick. Side of Ice, all the Orchid is going to be needed to actually kill him off. So that's really how he fits into that sort of split push style play. And then Tinker, well, he can be anywhere on the map. The Blink Dagger makes him hard to kill as well. That's really the key thing with a split push style of play. It's not having heroes who can push, it's having heroes who can basically push on their own without being killed. If they're going to die, it's going to take 5 heroes. With a 5-man sort of telekinesis, maybe even a Black Hole and Snare all being used, then maybe we're looking at some of these split pushes dying, but otherwise, not happening. And Lifestealer's getting to work on an Assault Crest now. He's got so much farm. Assault Crest will be up probably in the next 3 or 4 minutes with all this farm he's getting. Hannah's had a fantastic game there. And it seems all the hopes for this Dire Team Pacific, they rest on Mr. Swish's shoulders. His Queen of Pain has done it twice already. It needs to do it just once more here at the Armaggeddon Dota 2 Asia Grand Slam. And, well, it's a tough ask. Oh, Stormtree, he's gone zipping in. Breaks the Lincolns, but nope, not going to see a kill come out there. Oh, he's got his side of eyes up. I'm wondering, I think there was a bit of a mishap there. I don't know if he used both Orchid, Side of Ice, and the pull, but only the silence hit. The Lincolns, I think, blocked both Side of Ice and the pull, maybe? Maybe the pull just didn't happen, but he didn't get that kill. It was a bit scared about going in and committing for that one. As now we're seeing First Departure just constantly pressure all over the map. Get Tinker at bottom, blink to the side, drop the march off, and then just get out of there. He gets some farm in the creep wave, and he forces Pacific to come and defend it. And, well, for First Departure, they just have to keep on farming. Part of it's going high ground is going to be difficult for them, but more than anything, right now, they're out farming their opponents. Even though they're giving space for Pacific to get some farm. The farm they're getting far exceeds what Pacific are getting. They've got 3-4 heroes farming over the map. Tinker bottom and top. Stormdrift's farming at bottom. Lifesteal farms Ancients, farms neutrals. Even Shadow Demon and the Chen get some farm. Chen can farm neutrals as well. So they've essentially got 4 or 5 heroes farming. Whereas you look at Pacific, at most they have maybe 2 heroes farming at any time. Queen of Pain and Lone Druid can get some farm. And Stormdrift, he's found a target. It's Mr. Swisher at the mid lane. Zips in. Queen of Pain gets instead. Not going to bring him down though. And there's a Song of the Siren, trying to set things up here. Can we get that combo? We haven't seen it yet. The Song of the Siren into Black Hole. You need a BKB though. There we see Blink, but Blink Black Hole only catches the Shadow Demon. Sonic Wave is there, but everything being blown on a Shadow Demon. And now in goes the Lifesteal. A Lifesteal doing so much damage. Stormdrift finishes off the Queen of Pain. Zips onto the next target. It's going to be the Enigma. Down goes Niek. It looks like 4 Lightning gets stolen. This may save KIR's life. He is silenced up for the time being. Can they bring him down in time? No, they can't. He zips to the high ground, but now there's 3 heroes dead. And a big size creep wave going the way of the Dire base. They're going to start chipping on this tier 3 maybe. Lone Druid's got his Radiance, but I don't think that on its own is going to be enough. Tinker TP's back in. He's ready to help out with this push. He's had enough split push. It's all focused on the mid lane now. Hex onto the Spirit Bear just to solve things. And down goes the tier 3 tower now with Queen of Pain and Naga Siren dead. Even the Enigma being dead, it's a big loss. Oh, Stormdrift throws a big chunk of his mana. Snipes the Rubik. And that was the Rubik who had Ball Lightning himself, but you can't get out of there when you're silenced up. The Orchid coming out from Miracle, and mid-Rax has dropped. 32 minutes it took him. But they've now got themselves a big, big lead. And the Dire team just don't really have the farm or the items needed to defend with their Rax is already taken. And now Radiant team, they can go back, look to start working on Roshan again. They can look to just keep split pushing these lanes. Plenty of options for them, even just continuing to farm. They can continue to farm, they can continue to split push, they can go for Roshan. So many options for this game. For the Dire team, it's very few. Look to smoke gank maybe, look to group up and go for a 5-man team fight. And the team fight's got to come with a Black Hole. Black Hole on cooldown for the time being. Over a minute left on that cooldown. So right now Pacific, they're just saying, well, we can't really do much. Once it's off cooldown, we've got to look for that wombo combo. The Song of the Siren into the Enigma Black Hole. And then he's got plenty of follow-up AoE from a Queen of Pain and a Lone Druid who can do some decent damage. Storm. There's no way you're bringing him down without a Sheep or a Silent Stick. And Aegis does get taken. It's Lifestealer who brings down Roshan. Takes quite a bit of damage to do so. Doesn't look like this Radiant team. Where's your heals? It's the Chen with the mech, but no earn up on this team. They have got a mech on the Chen here, and it looks like they're quite happy to push anyway. Heart of Tarrasque is there. Who needs heals when you've got a 60 HP regen a second? Also the Feast giving him more and more HP. Tinker's back bottom, making sure this tier 1 tower stays up. Only 1 tower has fallen on this first departure side. The question is, which lane is the next to push? They've been spending a lot of time sort of split farming and split pushing, but right now, it's the time to look to siege another lane. You really feel with this Aegis that they can just go wherever they want and win a team fight, get another set of Raxes if everything goes according to plan, and this is the plan. Stormdrift zips in, Infested Lifesteal is there, they're going to bring down Queen of Pain. No chance of survival, even with the Linkers, there's just too much lockdown. Rubik, he's stolen Ball Lightning, once again that's going to save his life. Problem is, they've lost Queen of Pain. And does Queen of Pain has buyback? Doesn't look like it. Naga Siren going to get caught out here, but pops the Song of the Siren and then TP's out. The good news, Naga Siren lives. The bad news, there's no Song of the Siren Black Hole combo to defend with. And without that combo, I don't know how Pacific are going to be able to hold this set of Raxes at bottom lane. They have Tinker who's going to be pressuring top as well. Storm, he's at mid, he's going to get caught out here and snared up. He can still fly, even with his snare on you. It doesn't lock you in place. Miracle Force used a lot of his mana though. It's going to be a minor inconvenience, and well, a decent inconvenience because they can't push. Queen of Pain going to be respawned. Well, they can push, but they're going to have Queen of Pain back up. If they wanted to push while Queen of Pain was dead, their opportunity is now lost. Bottom lane, you've got the Lifestealer, he's got no fear. When you've got a Heart Assault Crest Armlet with an Aegis of the Immortal, there's no way you're going to get brought down. Are we looking at any more items on him? Nope, he's just recently picked up the Assault Crest, so nothing yet coming his way. But once he gets another item, probably see some damage coming out of him, he's going to be damn friggin' scary. And Pacific, still no Song of the Siren. Tinker, I'm loving it. Nice little cheeky pickup, and Stormdrift, or not Stormdrift, sorry, Rubik goes flying in. I don't know what he's trying to do here. There's no chance of bringing down this lifesteal, and even if you do, you have to throw so much at him to do so. And with this Age of the Immortal, even if he goes down, it's going to be for the good of his team. And he's just lifestealing himself back up on the Naga Siren. Switches back to the tier 3 tower. Queen of Pain trying to just do as much damage as possible. Enigma, Blink, BKB Black Hole. It catches up the Tinker. Can they bring him down? Stormfront in the background. Can't cancel this BKB Black Hole. Storm going to get thrown up in the air. They still bring down the Enigma. Sonic Wave. It gets dodged by the Stormfront, it looks like, and now they're chasing. Stormfront's low on HP as well as Mana, but he's still okay. He needs to get sent back home by the Chen. Where are you, Chen? We need some heals. We need some heals. They're not going to come. Sheepstick will come. It looks like they're going to be able to burst down this Queen of Pain here. Queen of Pain blinks out just in time. Rubik going to go flying in, but GG gets called. Pacific Esports, they've come a long way. Unfortunately for them, a 4th place finish is all they're going to get. First departure, secure themselves a place in the loser bracket finals here at the Armaggeddon Dota 2 Grand Slam Asia at the cost of the Filipinos. Pacific Esports have had a great run. They had a couple of fantastic games. A really good game against the other Singaporean team, Harosh, but right now they just couldn't manage to break through first departure. A team who's really been a bit of a, basically this year, as well as the end of last year, it's been a bit of a breakthrough year for this team. They've had some big wins, including wins over teams like Zenith, and they've really been making a mark on this Southeast Asian scene as a possible upcoming contender with teams like Orange and Zenith, and we're going to see if they have what it takes. They've lost here that team ABC, Winter's team, but they're in the loser bracket finals. They're going to be going up against Awake. If they beat Awake, they get themselves in that grand finals and a chance at getting some revenge on ABC, get some revenge on Winter. Pacific now, well, they're just stalling, looking for some last minute fun and games here. Storm Grip brings down the Rubik. Shout out to the Tinker. Sheep singing him while his team ping. That's not very friendly. What are you doing, Tinker? Pelosin knows no mercy. And well, neither does Miracle and Hannah. They're going to get to work on the tier 4 towers, finish off this throne as well. And with that, it's going to seal Pacific Esports' fate. As said, they've had a great tournament so far. Lennon Demon. It's a sad, sad game for this lone druid. He really had a tough time at bottom lane. That was the one lane which just did not go well. That should have gone a lot better for Pacific. The bottom lane, the 1v1 matchup between the Storm Spirit and the Lone Druid. Lone Druid got forced back to base on 2 separate occasions very early on before he hit level 6. He didn't die, and well, he died later on. But during the laning stage, he just got caught out of position, out harassed, and it was really just a bad exchange at bottom lane. So, when all's said and done, Pacific Esports Team 2, they get knocked out. They walk home with a 4th place finish. Something to be proud of, something to say, hey, we did good. We took down Harosh. We took down some nice, good teams in the Southeast Asian scene. For first departure, their hopes, their dreams, they're still kicking. They're going to be back tomorrow morning. They're going to be back, I believe we're live at 12 p.m. SGT. That's Singapore time. For those of you in Singapore, come on down to the live event here at the Marina Bay Sands Convention Center. I am Gods from Beyond the Summit. We'll be back tomorrow at 12 p.m. with first departure up against Awake, and then we have our grand finals. All that takes place tomorrow, guys. Thank them for tuning in, and we'll be back tomorrow with more live Dota 2 action. See you guys.